Look, whatever you think it's going to take, if you want to make $1 million, you need to make a plan for 10 million, not 1 million, because you're coming up short either way.
So the question is this: how do most agents who don't have access to the secrets the top agents in our industry hoard themselves grow and prosper in today's real estate market? That's the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. Hi, I'm Aaron Muchastegui, and welcome to Real Estate Rockstars. Hi, Real Estate Rockstars. This is Aaron Muchastegui, and I am so excited to share with you our newest head podcast sponsor. And this is a company called RentReady. RentReady is a landlord-tenant software that has everything you need to manage your rentals from your phone or your computer. No need to be tech-savvy, download multiple programs, or hire a specialist. RentReady is easy to use for everyone. And if you do have a question, their customer support team is available to make sure managing your properties doesn't have to be harder than it already is. RentReady has a feature for every step of the landlord process. You can list your vacancy for free to Realtor.com and doorsteps, find quality tenants with a full tenant screening process, send and e-sign leases right from the app, and track maintenance requests. Yes, there really is one app for all of that. Best of all, not only is RentReady easy to use with awesome customer service, but it's affordable as well. Get a subscription of RentReady for as little as $1 a year when you sign up for their annual plan using code ROCKSTAR. Right? Now that's crazy. $1 a year. Why wouldn't you go sign up just to see, even if you've got one tenant or want to try it with one of them? So that's right. You get a whole year of RentReady for just $1 when you sign up at rentready.com. It's spelled RENTREDI.com using code ROCKSTAR.
Okay, well, we have a great show today. I have a very, very special guest, Mr. Grant Cardone. Grant is the author of 4 incredible books. Several are bestsellers on the New York Times and various places. And Grant's going to tell us like it is, basically. He's here to tell us, help us become better real estate agents, to sell more houses, make more commissions, and actually be prepared for what's going to happen in his mind in the next 10 years and what a realtor needs to do now to begin to survive and achieve in the following years. So, Grant, welcome to the show.
Pat, thank you for having me, man. Just the little short talk that we had before this was quite exciting, actually. I got my testosterone's all running hard now.
So why don't you tell everybody about you so they can get to know you better?
Yeah, well, I grew up in Lake Charles, Louisiana. I live in Miami now, but I moved 6 different times over the last 25 years. Started my own business at 29. Was broke at 21. Made a decision to be a millionaire by the time I was 30. I was broke at 22, broke at 23, broke at 24, broke at 25, and broke in, spiritually broken, morally broken, had even lost like, you can lose a lot of things, but when you lose respect for yourself, you're at the end of the road. And I had lost respect for myself at 25. I'm like, I got to turn this around. By the time I was 30, I had my first business that was worth $1 million and had my first $1 million income and actually had $1 million in the bank. And it was just a lot of hard work, no connections. College education did not assist me in any of that. It was just a lot of bump and grind. A lot of mistakes.
Wow, that's awesome. And I want to delve into that because I think that most real estate agents are great or tend to be great at doing the day-to-day reactionary type business, but very few actually move forward and become investors. So before I get into that.
Yeah, that's a crazy phenomenon for me. I've never understood that. I had a guy in San Diego tell me how good a deal was. I'm like, have you bought it? I mean, dude, he's like, no, I hadn't. I said, that just reminds me, it doesn't take money to make money. It takes courage to make money.
Now that is a pearl.
Yeah, I love it.
This is a main ingredient missing in most real estate agents. Like, dude, you're missing courage. You're missing courage. This can't be taught in a class or a book. The real estate agents, I've met thousands of them. The real estate agents that most impress me aren't whether they're extrovert or introvert, whether they talk fast or talk slow, how much data they have. It's the ones that have the courage to tell me when a deal's good and when a deal's bad.
So why do you think it is? Why do you think there's a lack of authenticity in how real estate agents deal with the public?
Yeah, I think that word authenticity is good too, because I think the ultimate problem is the lack of pipeline. You know, the average real estate agent. No offense to anybody listening, but when you've done $350 million worth of transactions, bought and sold, I've met enough real estate agents in 6 different states. I've met enough to know that there's a common thread with most of them, and that common thread is your opportunity if this doesn't offend you. But the average real estate agent is not worth the 6%, on the sheet of paper. Maybe not worth 1%. Now I know that's going to offend some people, but I'm telling you that to tell you that buyers and sellers are starting to have that opinion more and more often every single day. And then when you add to that technology like Zillow and Trulia, and that I can find out everything I want to know about real estate without leaving my home or my car, for that fact. Okay. This is going to put a tremendous amount of pressure on the average agent. And I'm getting to your question in a long way here.
No, this is good stuff.
Yeah, this is going to leave a very small percentage of courageous agents that know their deal. Not because you've been doing this 25 years, dude, because you got the most hustle. You're brash. You're willing to tell people the truth. And the only time you can tell somebody the full truth is when your pipeline is full. That means you got to have somebody with a lot of work ethic. If you're working the listing side or the sales side, you need to have that pipeline giant full so that you can tell somebody, sir, I'm telling you right now. Okay. I know you think you're paying too much. And the truth is, based on yesterday, you are paying too much. Based on tomorrow, you're not. I need you to sign the freaking dotted line. I need you to do it now. I'm telling you, this is the right thing to do. I know this business, and you're gonna call me up 3 months from now, 6 months from now, and you're gonna be bitching at me because you didn't do this deal. Sign there. And that's the courage I'm talking about by having a full pipeline. When you have enough customers, you'll find you have the courage to say almost anything.
I got you.
Rockstar Nation, this is Aaron Amuchastegui. Hey, I hate to interrupt the current podcast that you're listening to, but I am so excited to share this with you. I just finished interviewing the original host of this podcast, my good friend, Pat Hyben. I got to talk to Pat about how he started his real estate career and a whole bunch of tips and tactics that he used to be successful. So if you haven't listened to it yet, go check out State of the Market number 49. On there, I get to talk to Pat about all those different things. And in there too, he talked a lot about his 6 Steps for 7 Figures book and training program that he built over the last couple of years. And I realized I haven't done a good enough job of reminding all of you lately about all of the resources that we've built for you out there. So if you want to check out Pat's course, we've got like a 3-minute summary video when you go to it. It includes so many easy to follow tips that you can follow on it like a day-to-day basis. You get email reminders, all sorts of different things that come with that course. You find that, you go to rebusuniversity.com, R-E-B-U-S, rebusuniversity.com. Look at courses. You can find the 6 Steps for 7 Figures book. And really, there's a whole bunch of other courses in there too. Our normal prices used to be $1,500 or $2,000 a course. These are real deal professional courses. But now during quarantine, a lot of them are priced down to like $90, $95. So we've slashed the prices because we know right now is a time for everybody to be focusing on growth and education, especially while they're feeling like they don't have as much to do. And if you go in there and you figure like there's a lot of different courses you want, maybe you don't want to buy the a la carte. You can go to futureofrealestatetraining.com and you can get access to all of our different courses for $97 a month. I think there's a discount on there if you go a year, or there's even like a lifetime option that you can pay to get access to every course we ever put on Rebus University for as long as we have it. So go check out those options, Rebus University or futureofrealestatetraining.com. All right, back to your podcast. Sorry for the interruption.
So let me step back to what you were saying earlier, and that is, it was probably 8 or so years ago when the National Association of Realtors was debating whether to give the MLS away, right? Whether to allow companies like Zillow and Trulia and even agents to be able to give that away on the internet. And it started out with them just giving away little bits and pieces of information. And it was said back then that the entire commission structure, whatever it is, was going to completely collapse once the realtors lost ownership of the MLS.
Yeah.
Now, here's the question for you. We lost ownership of the MLS, right? It's out there. It is public, right? Every address is out there. How come the commission structure never collapsed to that 0.25% or whatever value you're giving it in your mind? How come that hasn't happened?
Well, let me handle a couple issues here. Number one, and I love this. This is quite interesting content to me to cover. And because the MLS is a consumer trying to buy real estate, right? Whether it's commercial or residential. I'll tell you an example. I was in Los Angeles, California. I bought an $8 million house there. I was in my budget was $2 million. Closed at 8. Because the first real estate agent, who was from my church, only showed me my budget. Okay, now I'm going off your MLS, but I'm going to give you a lot of data here.
Yes.
That'll make somebody $1 million if you understand this.
Okay, great, good.
So the guy in my church, I moved to LA. He's like, hey, I want to help you with real estate. Good, let's do it, dude. He asked me this question: what's your budget? So what do? I tell him what my budget is: $2 million. What is that budget? Okay, the U.S. government has a budget that they've been violating for freaking 25 years.
Right,
so
right.
That's what every consumer does too. So what did he do? He showed me $2 million homes. And then I didn't buy. Friend of mine calls me up and says, hey, I want to show you a house. I said, how much is it? $8 million. I said, that's ridiculous. She's like, look, let's just go look at it. Boom. That's what I closed on 30 days later. The first guy says, why didn't you tell me? I said, why'd you ask? He's like, what do you mean? I said, why'd you ask my budget? You got blinded by that. So the chick that sold me the $8 million house and got her half of 6%, $480,000.
Yes.
No, I guess she got $240,000.
Right. Yep.
I started looking for another house, right? I'm going to sell my house later. I give her the listing. I give her a shot at it, and I'm starting to look at other property. I said, Mimi, give me your MLS number. Give it to me. I want to log in as you, and I want to look at it. Or give me your password. I don't care. Oh, I can't do that. I'm like, dude, you're going to either do it, or somebody's going to create technology that allows me, the consumer, to go on and look at what I want when I want. The point of this is the real estate agent thought, if I own the MLS and the data and the information, right, I control the customer.
Yes.
You don't control the customer. I'm buying a $17 million house. Okay. You can't control me. You want to service me. If I want to look, on my own, I mean, look, the holding of MLS, that product basically created Zillow and Trulia. Okay.
Right.
So all those ad dollars and eyeballs went over there. Now, the reason I think that this hasn't collapsed the structure yet, the 6%, is that the public just hasn't somehow said enough with the 6 points. But I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Okay. If housing continues to stay soft the way it appears to be, you got almost 40% of the buyers, all the buyers in the first quarter were cash buyers. When those cash buyers go away, we're going to find out how soft housing really is. You're talking about a very old industry that doesn't have a lot of new gimmicks and with the margins that are going to be compressed. Either the price is going to be compressed or the way I buy that product and trade that product, sooner or later it gets compressed. But you can already see a lot of real estate agents not making enough money to stay in the game. I think the average real estate agent makes $23,000 a year. Okay. Flight attendants make that much money. Mm-hmm. So one says I'm a professional real estate person and the other one says I'm a flight attendant, but both of them are getting paid the same amount of money.
Right. And it could be just a slow process. You know, I was reading about this new app that's coming out called Curb Call. Have you heard about this? Mm-mm. It's basically the Uber for realtors.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're sitting out in front of a house and you hit the button and it shows you all the realtors that are swarming around nearby, and you can pick one and they'll come show you the house. But and the point that becomes popular, if it becomes popular, at that point the realtor is only good for the lockbox key.
Yeah, exactly. And look, what happened to bank tellers?
Good point.
I mean, you're in a space of disruption. President Obama says the bank teller went away because of because banks are greedy, and he says it's because of technology development. That's not why the bank teller went away. Look, you could earn 8 or 10% if you're worth the freaking money. I can't get a real estate agent to give me loan quotes. I'm like, hey man, what's the payment on $15 million going to be? Well, I don't know. I can put you in touch with somebody. How long you been doing this? 32 years. How many people finance that much money? All of them. Maybe you want to get involved in the financial end of this deal and get me a loan. It's
Right.
not about showing a house. Look, I don't need you to show me a house. You know, I moved from LA to Miami 2 years ago. And when I did, by the time I hit Miami, I knew exactly where I wanted to look. I knew exactly the homes I would look at, which ones I wouldn't look at. I had seen more homes with Google Satellite than the real estate agent themselves had seen. They don't know their inventory. Okay. They're looking in the rearview mirror. So if that's the mass, I mean, that's really the opportunity. Whatever mass numbers, wherever the mass big problem is the opportunity for the person that wants to break away from the mass to say, look, I'm going to know all my inventory. I'm going to know where the deals are. I'm going to know where the value add is. I'm going to get the guy the loan, and I'm going to keep my pipeline full.
Okay, so there you pretty much answered the next question in my head, which is, how does a real estate agent get ahead of this, for lack of a better word, get ahead of this collapse of commission should it happen? And you're saying the same way that the agent Mimi who sold you the $8 million one did, which is what? Be knowledgeable of the inventory, know your stuff, be hyper focused.
Be so good that I would, like Mimi she wanted an exclusive listing. I turned her on to my twin brother when he moved to LA. I said, here. She goes to my twin brother and says, I need an exclusive operating agreement with you or something. He's like, what are you talking about? I need some kind of agreement from you that says you won't use anybody else. He's like, are you serious? And the point is, look, why should anybody sign anything? You should be so freaking good. I feel like, oh my God, thank you for showing me. Thank you for spending time with me. But that game is not coming. You got to come with a game so deep today. You're in disruption in every industry, automotive, real estate, you name it, all the way. There's nothing not being disrupted. They're going to go to $15 an hour wages in Seattle. So what's McDonald's going to do? They're going to find a robot that builds a freaking hamburger. So everything's being disrupted. The reason the bank teller got completely vanished was because who wanted to wait in line at a bank for somebody with a bad attitude that doesn't know my name, doesn't know me, just to go get my money.
Right.
So this is the way to handle it is to be so freaking, people should know you because of your work ethic. If people are saying, man, you work every day, try calling a commercial broker on a Saturday or Sunday, Pat.
Yes. Yeah.
Try calling them
on a Tuesday.
Try calling a residential person. You see, right now, apartments in this country are super freaking white hot. So these guys all thinking, oh, I'm the shit. I got it. I'm the best. They don't call you back. They don't build their pipeline. They don't build relationships. And that cycle softens up again. And all of a sudden they're like, what happened? Because you weren't great through all the cycles. And I wrote about this in a book called The 10X Rule. Look, whatever you think it's going to take, if you want to make $1 million, you need to make a plan for 10 million, not 1 million, because you're coming up short either way. If you think you need 20 sales this year, to pay for your family, take care of your family, fund you're not planning on all the problems. Don't go for 20 houses, go for 200. Both are crazy.
Right. So let's talk about that. So let's talk about if you were a real estate agent today, 2014, and you wanted to implement the 10X rule in your business, but you didn't even have that one yet. Okay.
Yeah.
How would you do it?
I would let's say I'm coming to Miami, right? I would target the Jills. The Jills are the top agents. They'll sell, I don't know, 200 or 300 million, maybe $400 million worth of real estate, residential real estate in Miami. I'm coming over here. I'm coming to take them out. Okay. I'm going to dominate this market. Overnight, everyone in this market will know who I am. I will spend 23 hours a day blanketing this town and 1 hour sleeping. Okay, I'll do everything and anything to connect with every person, every player in this town. I'm going to have podcasts on about real estate. I'm going to have Twitter, Facebook, Google Plus, all my social mediums. I'm going to cover this town up saying I am the best. I'm going to get on every TV interview, every radio interview. I am going to create a celebrity status overnight in this Miami market or Austin or LA or wherever you're at to take down all the lazy real estate agents that are just collecting commissions. What they should be doing right now is this. Number one rule, get attention. You have to get massive amounts of attention. I remember hearing Jeff Foxworthy say his career was made 2 years after he did 700 radio interviews a year. He was doing 700 radio views. Before anybody knew Jeff Foxworthy's name, 2 years in a row, he had done 700 interviews. To where people, when they finally saw him on TV, they're like, yeah, I heard about that guy once. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't know. But the real estate agent first needs to come out of obscurity with the public. you have to become a celebrity. Money follows attention. Okay.
Right.
The listing's going to follow the attention.
What would you say, Grant, was your aha moment for you when you said, okay, now I've got it. Now I understand the key to success in selling, whether it's selling real estate or selling anything?
Well, it certainly wasn't when I made my first company. My first company was working. I was just making money. I mean, I had an aha then. I've had a lot of ahas. I was 25, had so many problems in my life. I had this aha. Okay. I think people have lots of them now. Now, I've had some critical ones in the last 4 or 5 years after the Lehman collapse, particularly. I had 4 companies that were working. They were working great. I mean, I had done by standards of the 100% of the people, I was in the top half of 1% earners and wealth creators in America. But I knew I had tremendous more potential. And I also knew that during this economic collapse of 2008 that hurt so many people in the mortgage business and so many real estate agents, that wasn't even caused by the real estate agents didn't cause that problem.
Right.
That was the banks and builders. People building product that shouldn't have been built and banks giving money to people that shouldn't have ever gotten money. That wasn't a real estate agent, but you're in the space, so you get hammered too.
Absolutely.
So at 50, I'm 51 years old. I have 4 businesses. They're all working. I can't spend the money I got. And all of a sudden one day, Lehman collapsed. I didn't know how deep it would go, and I realized that day this was a monster aha moment. Oh wow, man, I'm too dependent upon one vertical. If you were in real estate that day, you had to know, oh my God, my family, my 3 kids, my future, my marriage, my parents are dependent upon real estate that cannot be sold, cannot be traded, can't be bought. The only way you can get rid of it is basically to give it away. If you were in the automobile business, boom, you were dependent upon one sliver. Nobody's buying cars today. If you sell books, nobody's buying books. If you had a school, nobody's going to school. Everybody that depended on a vertical,
yes,
a narrow vertical, was punished.
Yes.
And the point of that was that day I realized, oh my God, I went vertical and deep and I got good at that, but I didn't go horizontal. That was a huge aha. I needed multiple streams that I understood completely.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Hey, Real Estate Rockstars listeners, I am sorry to interrupt again, but I want to do a quick commercial break. But this commercial break is different. This is stuff that I think you need, and this is me talking to you about some of the stuff that we had. So, recently we had a lot of people reach out to us and say, hey, why don't you do a real estate mastermind? Why don't you do something where a lot of the listeners can get together and do some Zoom calls and ask each other questions and really just try to brainstorm and work together? I mean, there's a million masterminds out there. I don't know if this is something that we really want to do or not, or if we do, if we're going to limit it to maybe 20 or 30 people. We're just trying to figure out if any of you guys are interested. So if you have any interest at all in joining a mastermind with real estate agents around the country that are part of the Real Estate Rockstars network, go to hibandigital.com/mastermind and just join the wait list. It's just it's just an interest list for us to see, is this something we want to be doing? So that's number 1. Number 2, you go to hibandigital.com/foreclosures. We have a 2-day thing that we just finished recording. Now it's also inside Rebus University. And so you can go to Rebus University and look at it. If you're already a member of Rebus, a lot of you guys are in the, the monthly fee where you get access to everything. So we have new courses in there, 17 hours of content on how to buy foreclosures, on how to find deals, on how to, do title, go to auction, also turn that into clients for your real estate agents, how you can turn somebody that's in default behind on their mortgages into a client. So go, check out that course, especially for, you can buy the course now, but again, most of you guys already subscribed to all that. I just wanted you to know there's another 17 hours of content, great content that I just recorded on there. That all of you guys have access to now at Rebus University. And then finally, we have software that we talk about on and off. It's called Padhawk. And in Padhawk, you can use that to go find leads. Everyone is really, really busy right now. And we're so busy. People are selling and they're saying there isn't enough product on the market. Right, so they can't find houses. Well, Padhawk will help you find houses before they're listed. It helps you find owners that should be listing their properties or people that might want to get there. I recorded a quick video. It's like 6 or 7 minutes long for you guys to look at, real estate agent specific, on how you can use the software in order to do it. So let's go to hibandigital.com/leads. Again, there's a video in there. I talk about how you can use the software to do it. Check it out. If it's something that you like, you may want to sign up for it. $99 a month, but it's nationwide, any city out there, and it is a great way to find houses. So right now, people are saying there's lots of buyers, but we can't find enough houses. Well, maybe you can use this software to go find somebody that hasn't listed yet and make them an offer on their house. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program. Thank you for letting me interrupt you with that break.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Grant, if you don't mind asking. How many horizontal streams do you have?
Well, it kind of depends on how we break them up. That's a great question. Nobody's ever asked me that, actually.
Let's not say doors. I'm in the same game as you. You know, I own apartment buildings, and we won't call them doors. Let's just call one building one stream, okay? Or one complex, one stream, one commercial building, one stream.
Well, those 3,000 streams right there, if we're talking about doors.
Not doors, but just complexes.
There's I don't know, I guess there's 11 different deals. Okay,
so you have 11 real multifamily streams. What about other streams?
Yeah, there's the real estate stream, okay? Then there's the seminar business that I do.
Okay, that's 12.
That's a cash stream. It's a cash stream. There's no wealth created from that. There's the books. The books are really just if I break even, I'm good.
Yep.
Let's see what else. Oh, there's the software business in Orlando. That's one. There's the consulting business. There's one.
15.
And these are all good to, strong, and they're in different industries.
Yep.
Oh, and there's my online platform.
Okay. 16.
There's 6. I guess there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm looking for 3 more.
Okay. So your goal is,
and then I'm gonna put my wife to work before the weekend's over.
Well, that's great. And here's the thing, buddy. 10x that, you should be having 170 of them.
Yeah, I need affiliates. I need people. I'm trying to break into Russia right now, Taiwan, Mexico. I'm with you. I agree with you.
Yeah. I have a good friend, David Osborne, has 177.
Wow.
And so I have 41. My goal is to get to 50. And, so I think it's a good, paradigm to start thinking that way and to add the 10x to that. And,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And people like, when somebody hears me and you talk like that, they're like, what's wrong with these guys?
Right.
You think you greedy, man? Are you greedy? Yeah, I am. Okay. Let's be clear. Okay. I am freaking greedy. You know why? Because I value freedom. Okay. I live in a country that is built on freedom. We talk about freedom every day. Freedom, man, America, the land of freedom. It's the dream. It ain't a dream for most people. It's a nightmare. Okay. Because most people, you're not entitled to freedom, dude. It's about the hustle. It's about bad things happen to good people every day. Moms, dads, religious people, Christians, people that have never heard any bad things happen to good people every day because they weren't prepared for bad. And if that's about greedy, dude, then it's greedy. Okay. I need more. And the only people that condemn this concept of more are people that don't have enough and don't know it yet. And I'm talking about real estate agents right now. I got my deal. I got me a deal this month. Yeah. Oh yeah. I made 10,000 or 100, whatever the number is. I'm good. No, you're not good. You're only good if everything stays the same, and nothing ever stays the same.
Now that is a pearl.
Yeah. I heard one guy said, money is good for the good it can do.
Yeah. I had a guy tell me, he's like, money won't make you happy. I'm like, dude, you ain't got any money. Don't give advice on it. Okay. He's like, what do you mean I don't have any money? Because the only person that would say that is somebody that's broke.
Right.
Because money's not about happiness. It's about freedom. It's about choices.
Right. Choices. Right. You're choosing, instead of going, driving 2 hours to the local beach, you're choosing to go to Australia Beach,
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's about freedom and choices and
yeah, and it's that kind of thinking that's going to take the agent to the next level. Okay, so you're not like you're thinking all the time of opportunity. If you lose a deal, your pipeline should be so full that you have somebody to put back in that deal next. If you're going to do real estate, do every angle of real estate, connect all the dots, all the pieces, and whether it's the mortgage, it's the have a website that's so freaking strong that people come to your site before they even go to Trulia.
Absolutely. Okay, good. Well, let's finish this up with one rock solid piece of advice as to, what can real estate agents across the world do to be better salespeople? Because at the end of the day, you are a sales expert.
Yeah.
And so give us some advice on that.
the real estate agent. I was doing a gig with Barbara Cochran up in for entrepreneur.com. Am I pronouncing her name right? Cochran, yeah. You know, she's one of those Shark Tank people, and I said, look, you guys need to quit calling yourself real estate agents. You need to start calling yourself what you are. You know, you're a salesperson.
Okay.
You need to take on the identity of what you are. All right. I fully take on the identity when I walk in a room that I'm selling somebody something. I was in a room with 500 people the other night, and I told my wife on the way over there, I'm like, look, there's only 3 to 5 people in this room we want to meet. Okay, before we leave here, make sure we know all 3 to 5 of those people. I don't need to meet 495 people. I need to meet 5 people in this room. So everything for me is an opportunity. Everything. I look at everything. I know this sounds like I'm a predator. You know, I am. Dude, let me tell you something. I'm trying to take care of my 2 little girls, my wife, my family, my business, my company, and my future. I'll never let happen to me what happened then. And that means I have to be a salesperson. When Lehman collapsed, everybody on this planet went into sales hustle. The owner of the bank, the teller, everybody was hustling. The guy looking for a job, the stockbroker, the guy that was making $1 million last year, now he's making nothing. Everybody was on the hustle. You're a salesperson. There's nothing wrong with it. If you go to India and China, they respect salespeople like gurus and gods. They can't, oh, tell me what you know. You need to understand selling as a mechanical process, not as an idea, not as Tom Hopkins might have, but as something mechanical and not something that you're tricking people. Okay. Today in the 21st century, if I ask you a question, I do not want you to ask me a question in response to my question. I want a freaking answer. I want an answer stacked with more questions, or I want an answer with more information going this way. It's called information overload.
Yes.
So I would tell salespeople, if you don't understand what's happening to sales or social media, the first thing is you got to twist your thinking to I got to get completely immersed in my game or I'm going to get killed.
Okay.
You really need to wake up like that every day. And number 2, you need to learn everything you possibly can about sales, selling, communication, marketing, and branding in the 21st century.
Okay. So it's about the scripts and dialogues and just overflowing them with information, because at the end of the day, you are not an order taker. Order takers, you could hire either from a robot or $10 an hour, right?
That's right.
That is awesome. Well, listen, Grant, this advice has been incredible. I'm definitely, excited to pick up the 10X rule. And what's your website, Grant, so we can follow up with you?
Yeah, the website's grantcardone.com.
Yep. So anyways, listen, thanks so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to put all the information here that Grant talked about, as well as a link to all his books on hybendigital.com/Grant Cardone, Cardone. I really appreciate it, Grant. Have a great day, buddy.
Hey, Pat, be great. Nothing else pays, man.
Rockstar Nation, thank you for listening to Real Estate Rockstars. Listen, I need a favor. If you find this free content helpful, if you find our downloadable items from each guest helpful, please, I need you to pull out your pointing finger. Yes, the one finger that points at people, and hit subscribe. Yes, subscribe. The more subscribers we get, the better we look in the ratings, and the easier it is to get guests like Robert Kiyosaki, Barbara Corcoran, all the players that are on $1 million listing in the different cities. All that stuff makes it easier the more subscribers we get. So please subscribe. And listen, there's a lot of places you can leave comments. There's a lot of places you can like. We're on Facebook. We have an Instagram page. Instagram page is I am Pat Hyben. The Facebook is Real Estate Rockstars Radio. Feel free to leave us comments there. The most popular form of commenting seems to happen on YouTube. Yes, for whatever reason, it's a very open environment. So just go to YouTube and go to Real Estate Rockstars Radio. Leave us comments there. Some of them we will read on the show. We love your feedback. So thanks, guys, and I hope you are having a great day. Oh, and also, listen, if you're going to subscribe and you haven't already left a review on iTunes, please do that too. Have a great day, and thanks so much, Rockstar Nation. I really appreciate you.